Hi, how are you doing? So, my buddy Joe English here with me. We were discussing what we should be doing in this clip for our learners of English. Okay, and he suggested that we be doing some vocab, like some vocab, discussing some vocab. He thinks important. Natives use these vocab items all the time in writing and in their conversation. So I said, why not? Let's share them with our learners of English, Joe. This would be of great interest and use to them. And we both hope that this is going to be fun and useful for you. So, without further ado, let's look at the clip and let's share the screen and go to that first vocab item. Let's go to the PowerPoint slide now. Okay. All right. Yes. Let's do this. All right. So our first vocab item that we want to share with you is coherent. Coherent, what part of a speech is coherent? It's an adjective, okay? It means having its parts related in an organized and reasonable way. And so the prefix co in Latin meaning together, and coherent meaning they are well organized and related to each other. Give me a couple of examples, Joe, on how we can use this adjective. All right. The president has not presented a coherent plan for dealing with it. This is his first example. So coherent plan meaning having its parts related to each other, organized, and so on. Thank you, Joe. Can you give us another example? Okay. If you can't explain this concept in a more coherent way, I will never be able to understand it. Wow, thank you. So Joe means to say that if your plan is not coherent, or if the teacher's explanation is not coherent, not well organized, and not related to, its parts are not related, students and learners will never be able to understand what he means or what she means. Okay, so again, coherent is an adjective. So we can use it to modify and describe a noun, and usually adjectives come before the nouns in English. And we just shared with you some of the examples on how to use the word. Let's move to another vocab item. There's a word that we hear it sometimes from time to time, agnostic. What is the meaning of agnostic? It's a noun. So the part of speech is a noun. What does it mean? Someone who does not know if God exists. In other words, he is not a believer or she's not a believer. So the word nos or nom in Greek means knowledge. And so if you say a at the beginning, agnom meaning without or not sure about this knowledge. So it's basically somebody who doesn't believe in God, or he or she is not sure if there is a God really or not. Okay, so can you put it in a couple examples? All right. After her husband became agnostic, he stopped going to church. Another example, if you are skeptical of your religion, you might have become agnostic. All right, let's move now to another vocab item, prognosis. It's a little bit of a medical word here. We hear it in medical reports. So what does prognosis mean? It's a noun, and pro in Greek means before, okay, or in front. The infant was given an excellent prognosis after having heart surgery. So prognosis means the doctor's judgment or decision of the expected development of a disease, or a statement of what the likely future situation is. Somebody has just had a heart surgery, and so there's an evaluation of his or her state medical state by the, the doctor. And so this evaluation or this report on his or her condition is the prognosis. So he was given an excellent prognosis after the heart surgery. This means the condition is stable, everything is in good shape, he is expected to live, no problem. Another example, all right, since the cancer has already spread through Jem's body, his life expectancy prognosis is quite poor. So in the other case, in this other second case, the prognosis is not positive. It's a negative one, or which means he is not expected to live. Let's move to another vocab item. How about nocturnal? Nocturnal. Nocturnal meaning it's an adjective, and it means active during the night, because the word or the part noct or nox in Latin means night. So let me ask my buddy here, Joe, are you nocturnal, or do you like to get up early in the morning? In other words, are you a night owl or a morning bird? So people who like to stay up late at night, or be awake during night or through the night, they are nocturnal. Just some animals are like that. Bats, for example, become active and look for their food during the night. So I'm asking my buddy here, Joe, do you like to wake during the night, or do you like to sleep and wake up early in the morning? Oh, he likes to wake up early in the morning, just like me. So both of us are called morning birds, morning birds. And that's quite the opposite of nocturnal. So nocturnal animals or people who like to stay up late or be awake during the night. Because I sleep all night, I do not consider myself to be nocturnal or a nocturnal person. In fact, I'm a morning bird, as I just said. How about equinox? We hear about this word a lot. What's equi? Equi in Latin means equal. So two parts are equal to each other. So equinox happens in March and September, when the length of the day is roughly equal to the length of the night. But during days of winter, as everybody knows, that the length of the day where there's daylight is very short, while the length of the night is longer, much, much longer. So there's no equinox in this case during the winter, in December, in January. Usually the day is short and the night is long. But in March and September, usually the length of the day is equal to the length of the night. That's why it's called equinox. Equi from equal, something equal to each other, equal in length, equal in mass, equal in quantity, and so on. Can you put it in a sentence? Yes, during an equinox, the hours of the night and day are practically matched in length. Another example, when the equinox occurs, daylight hours nearly match the duration of the night time. So in this short clip, we covered certain words and vocab items. We talked about equinox, meaning equal day and night length. We talked about nocturnal, somebody or an animal who becomes active at night. We talked about prognosis, which is a medical word or term, meaning a doctor's report and evaluation of the medical condition of a patient. We talked about an agnostic, somebody who does not believe in God or if there's a God or not. Coherent is an adjective, which means something that has parts that are organized and related to each other. So I and Joe, thank you very much for following, and we will meet you in the next bit. All right, thank you.